our journey from Zurich on the famous Orient Express, the Congress begins.
Very, very warm welcome here in Arosa. It's nice to be back for the third time. 3 days. We will not be here together all the time, but I think now we would like to start with a start ceremony.
The participants get straight to the point for which they've gathered. They begin their discussions.
Dr. Goodall, can you open for us this session, please? There are two reasons I'm very glad that you asked me to do this. First of all, because in so many meetings like this, the voice of the animals is forgotten. And we talk about them as part of the environment, but we forget that they're individual beings with lives of their own. Leave it for now. So we can imagine we're in the forest. I think in the forest I found that which has been described as the peace beyond all understanding. And if we are to feel peace in the world today, it is beyond our human understanding, and that is the peace we must aim for to carry within us.
I know all about peace because I never had war. If you really want to know what peace looks like, come to me, I can tell you.
All attention is now tightly focused on the suggestions being offered. Trying not to miss a single word, the room becomes engulfed in a solemn thoughtfulness, and the participants are united by a feeling of shared responsibility.
My learned brothers and sisters, I want to remind us we are in a race against time. We are the first generation that has to choose whether to be the last generation. What I keep reminding people about nuclear weapons, that they are on launch on warning, hair trigger alert, instruments of destruction beyond imagination. Not 6 million people, 6 billion people at risk as we speak. 23 minutes from all of them going off is true. We cannot have the luxury of allowing our analysis to be derogated to the realm of aesthetics. Our analysis has to have multiple powerful capacities. One, it has to awaken people internally to the mystery of the human birth, the mystery, the humility before the unnameable.
To me, it's like there's a lot of boats sailing in the ocean and trying to navigate which way to go, which direction to take. And I feel that the World Wisdom Council is primarily to act as a lighthouse and send forth light to all the boats and become the guiding post and throw light and emanate light so that these boats know where to gravitate to.
I want to share a personal feeling and experience which is very stimulating and elevating to myself, which is rooted in a classical Chinese text called the Doctrine of the Mean. Only those who are the most sincere, authentic, real, and true can fully realize themselves. If they can fully realize themselves, they can then fully realize the nature of being human. If they can fully realize the nature of being human, then they can take part in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth. If they can take part in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth, then they can form a trinity with heaven and earth.
The most wonderful thing about being a human is that each of us has an absolutely unique point of perspective on the entire universe. And from our perspective and our knowledge and our values and our feelings, we create our realities, and we do it all together. But we can also move that point of perspective away from our bodies, which is really startling when you think about it. And so I would say, when you get depressed by what you read in the newspapers, when you think it's really getting hopeless, just lift that point of perspective up a little higher and look down on the human drama and discern through your critical faculties what's going on without judging it. Just discern, what is this human drama about right now, and what role can I best play in it?
Our true purpose in life is God realization. Know the reality of who you are. You are a perfect child of God, immortal, eternal, and already in God's light.
Some of the things that are on the table at the World Economic Forum this year are a stench in the nostrils of God. Friday, topic for discussion. The melting Arctic ice cap could unlock the potentially vast petroleum resources that lie beneath. They are planning to profiteer off of the destruction that is coming.
And this is our problem on the globe. There is no neighbor outside the earth giving us trouble, but there's also nobody to help us. So if we do it wrong, afterwards we have to live with this. This is the collapse issue.
We think we want money, power, and honor, all kinds of desires. Basically, what we want is to look good in the eyes of society. And that's what makes a person feel like a person. So if we change the social values toward giving, then people will just have to change their behavior. If we artificially change social values so that society will appreciate a person only according to what he or she gives, then people will be ashamed of being egoists and will kind of be coerced to give to society. And if my kids appreciate me according to how much I give to society, if my kids and co-workers and everything and everywhere will only appreciate me according to what I give to society, then I will not have a choice. I will have to contribute. I will have to be a giver. I think that our first step should be constructing a permanently ongoing center that will deal with everything that has to do with building our message and portraying it or presenting it to the world.